The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open. This is the one and only talk show dedicated to bringing the best in the Bronx, New York, and the world right to you. I'm Rina Valentin, your host and Café con Leche. Today's show has global arts and culture and even some celebration of women. Here's just a taste. First up, the hidden gems of New York City in our Open Weekend preview. And Straight Shootin' Mamas is a new exhibit at El Fogón, and we'll have the two brains behind it on set. It's International Women's Day, and we'll hear more about an event happening next week celebrating women. And Art Start will preview their upcoming trip to Europe with some of the Bronx's future stars. Bobby C's got the latest in his sports roundup, and in our Open Artist Spotlight, we'll have a dash of flair with Bodoma Band. Don't go anywhere, because now we are officially open. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Open. I'm Rina Valentin, your Café con Leche this Friday, on this snowy Friday morning, that is. I'd like to also remind you that, we're interactive people, so, hit us up online, we want to make a connection. So send us an email to open@bronxnet.org, and you can tweet right now while we're on live at BronxNet TV, and that's with 2 T's. And of course, you can tweet me personally at Rina Valentin. And remember always to like us on Facebook, because we're always posting those photos and videos, if you didn't get to stream in or watch us live on air. And we're going to get right into the show and see what this weekend has in store for us. You know it well, the Open Weekend Preview. First up, the Vagina Monologues at Hunter College. First performed in 1996, the Vagina Monologues is a play written in response to interviews with over 200 women about their views on sex, relationships, and violence against women. And now the Women and Gender Studies program at Hunter College, which is an interdisciplinary academic program, is actually seeking to preserve, expand, and share knowledge. And 4 performances will be staged this weekend, and the dates and times are on the screen. And that's happening at Hunter College's Lang Recital Hall at Hunter North 424, located at 695 Park Avenue. And for more information, you can check out hunter.cuny.edu/WGS program/event dash, and and that's for all the announcements. I hope you had a pen for that. And for those on the more masculine spectrum, boxing at the Barclays Center. The title fight between Bernard Hopkins and Todris Cloud will feature matches from all weight classes, while the third match of the night will feature Honduran-born Bronxite Eddie Gomez raising awareness for sickle cell anemia. And for more information, you can click on over to barclaycenter.com. And we also have one more that's actually for the more intellectually inclined, public lectures at the Bronx Historical Society. That's happening Saturday, March 16th at 11 a.m. And the preservation consultant Hansel Hernandez will discuss the history of the famous Grand Concourse and Boulevard and its present historic buildings, monuments, and architectural heritage. Again, that's happening Saturday, March 16th at 11 a.m. And for more information, you can check out BronxHistoricalSociety.org. And there you have it. All right. There's more open happening after the break. But first, here's some more of me sweating out in the preview for episode 4 of Rena Gets Laid. 19,
15 seconds.
20,
Way to work, way to work.
1, 2, 3.
2. Push yourself. Give me another one. I want one more. Extra, next one, next one, next one, next one. Very good. Nice. 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 Nice.
Oh, thank
Nice.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Back up.
Thank you. Today's healthy habit to form. Eat at least 5 fruits and vegetables every day. My favorite fruits and vegetables, bananas and grape tomatoes.
Take my hand and start a brand new day. And together as one we'll start to see some change.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people, connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
There is also a very attractive extended warranty option that includes free service and parts for the next 5 years. But there's no need for you to get that. You failed to get the test you needed at the doctor that would have detected disease early enough where it could have been treated. So you won't be around in 2 years to see him grow up, which means the warranty would be useless. Okay, sign here, please.
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
Hello, welcome back to Open, and we have a packed show today, even though it's snowing, and our guest made it. We love that. And Straight Shooting Mamas, that's right, that's what's happening now. Straight Shooting Mamas is actually the new brainchild of Mia Roman and Elena Mamarazzi Marrero, and well, we have them both in the studio to tell us more about this fabulous exhibit, opening this weekend. And welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, and thank you for being here during the snow. I mean, you know, somewhat of a blizzard, not yet there. No, well, not there yet, but you know, it's just the fact that I commend you for actually being here on air live.
Well, it's a great honor to be here. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's Women's History Month, right?
Yes.
So happy Women's Day, right?
Yes,
Happy International Women's Day.
Absolutely, today.
And, you know, they say today is the day that men are, like, supposed to, like, you know, spoil us, right?
We're waiting.
Right. Okay. And so moving along, let's just talk a little bit about the artistry behind the work that you're doing before we get into Straight Shooting Mamas, which is an exhibit that you guys put together. So Mia, as an artist and the curator of this event, do you want to just share a little background on where your artistry comes from?
I'm a visual and mixed media artist, a teaching artist, and a curator. And my vision is to create and to provide a platform for all artists, especially women artists. And no matter if they're seasoned artists or professional artists to the novice. And it's a great way for them to share their voices and to express themselves on a creative wave. So this particular show, we have professional artists that have exhibited several times, and then we have the photographer that hasn't ever exhibited their work before.
And, you know, it's really great that you're even sharing that, because there's those that need that push to actually feel confident enough to show their work.
Absolutely.
And just to introduce Elena, who is actually a photographer, and we know her as Mamarazzi, right?
Yes.
And, this is a great collaboration between you ladies. I understand you're the event organizer. However,
Yes.
This is an exhibit for photographers. So can you just share with everyone a little bit about your background in photography?
My background is, I've been taking photographs since I was a little girl, actually. But about 2007, I started taking it a little serious. And what I did was I documented cultural events. I guess I'd call me a photojournalist. I document cultural events, poetry, and what I want to do is I want to show everyone what's going on in the communities. So I go to like
all the events.
4 out of the 5 boroughs.
That's awesome.
And I document anything that has to do with culture, arts, photo exhibits, anything to do with culture.
Beautiful. And you know what? We're happy to have people and ladies such as yourself.
Well, what we're doing is we're documenting her story and making history.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. In what sense? Like, just elaborate.
In what sense? We're showcasing the many talents and the diversity of women and the strengths and the power that we have, that we contribute to this universe. And many women, many artists are underrepresented. And if we can provide that platform for them to share their strengths and make a change through a creative expression, then that's what we're here for.
Now, the title, Straight Shooting Mamas. Hello, Straight Shooting Mamas, right? With those Charlie Angels.
Yes.
Now, the beauty of this exhibit, aside from the title, because I love the title, I hope you like the title, it's global. And we have to share that with everybody,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
Leah, you do a lot of global work.
I do,
All
I
right?
do.
And the fact that you've actually have artists that are from different parts of the world sharing their documentation.
Yes.
So just share a little bit about that.
Well, we have been very fortunate to be able to obtain photographs from all over the world. And women are sharing photographs from Argentina, Peru, Colombia, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Italy, from all over the world. And the beauty is that we are no different from the women across the universe. And they are also working diligently to express themselves and to provide for their communities. So the photographers have captured their diligence in film.
We just got a little taste of it, a little glimpse of it.
Oh,
which
really?
is yeah, we just looked at
great.
that while you were speaking. And the other question I had was, like, is everything that's documented a certain time era?
Well, it goes back as far as, I believe, 2006. So from 2006 to 2013 or 2012, they have documented women working in Africa, providing artists, artisans, models, musicians, dancers, cooks, because we do everything. And
we do.
We do everything, right? So it was almost impossible for us to showcase every single thing. But the beauty of curating this show is that I was able to take little bits and pieces and create a beautiful story. And Straight Shootin' Mamas is exactly that. They're straight shooting. And they're here to tell a story. And I'm very proud of every single one of the photographers that submitted work.
Wow, I can only imagine what that process was, because you had to narrow it down to, 13 photographers?
We narrowed it down to 12 photographers.
12, okay.
And it was a very, very difficult process because we fell in love with every single one of them. And just because we chose, let's say, the 30, 35 pieces we chose, they weren't better than the other pieces. It's just a matter of narrowing it down and really feeling the energy of the piece. We loved every single one of them. And if we could use every single one of them, we would have. But we're working with a small space, so we did have limitations.
Well, and the opening is tomorrow. But before we discuss the details of this opening reception, I'm just curious, was there something similar within each story, even though they came from different parts of the world? And what was that?
The common denominator between each photograph or each woman from different parts of the country is that we all have the same thing in common. And it's to provide for our families, it's to provide for our communities, and to advance. And these photographs show that.
Nice.
So I am very proud and extremely ecstatic to even be part of this project.
Awesome, awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And this is happening tomorrow. Lena, you want to share the details of the event tomorrow?
Yeah, one more thing I want to say. I'm very happy to have Mia on board, because when I planned this event, first person I thought of, I said, I need a curator. Called
Yes.
her up, and she didn't hesitate.
Yes.
She didn't hesitate
She's an
to join
amazing
me.
curator.
Yes, thank you.
I've used her for curating
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And she does know how to tell a story.
Yeah.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. So I'm sure this is going to be a fabulous exhibit. And the reception starts tomorrow.
At 7 o'clock.
7, and it's at El Fogón.
At El Fogón, 989 Home Street in the Bronx. And we're also going to have a DJ who's going to spin salsa, oldies, merengue, reggae, world music. We're also having live performance by Bomba Works' Aya. And we're going to have...
We have freebies for the first 25 people.
Nice.
And some of the proceeds will be donated to
the Rachel Price Foundation.
Nice. Nice. Very nice. Very nice that you're contributing as well. Thank you so much for being here with us, ladies.
Thank you for having
and
us.
congratulations on Straight Shooting Mamas.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's
and we
amazing.
have a giveaway to a caller if they want to call in. And we have this photograph here that we would like to give away to one of your viewers.
Nice.
On behalf of Straight Shooting Mamas.
Woo, nice. So oh my
get
goodness.
on the phone, baby.
Oh my goodness, I have to give you the phone number. However, because this is a surprise to me. However, we will announce that person at the end of the show. How's that? And I'll get that number for you when we come back. However, Straight Shooting Mamas is happening, the actual opening reception is happening tomorrow at El Fogon Center. Oh, there's the phone number at the bottom, 718-960-7241. So if you give us a call, you're actually going to win this wonderful portrait. Oh my goodness, this is a photo from Elena herself, Mamarazzi, in honor of Straight Shooting Mamas exhibit tomorrow. Awesome. All right, so once again, 718-960-7241. Straight Shooting Mamas happening tomorrow at Fogon Center. The website is, what is the website? It's Art by Mia, right?
Artsbymia.com.
Artsbymia.com. And also you can go to elfogon.org. You can also go to elfogon.org. And we do have to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Culture of Peace Initiative. David Wick here on Open. Don't go anywhere.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up at bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hello, welcome back to Open. The Culture of Peace Initiative looks forward to sustaining a world of peace that we can all be proud of. On Monday, they take to the UN to highlight the good work a select few women have done in recent years. Please welcome via Skype David Wick to the show. Hello, David. Are you there?
Hello, good morning. I am delighted to join you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Perfect.
And, thank you for joining us and for the work that you do. Just share with everyone a little bit more about the Culture of Peace Initiative, CPI.
Well, this begins with Pathways to Peace, which is the organization which began in 1983. Actually, it helped found the United Nations International Day of Peace, which is in 1981, with Ava Madison, the founder, had a vision when she was 4 years old about world peace and how it could come about. And Pathways to Peace is a peace-building, educational, and consulting organization that works in many aspects around the world. And in 1984, we began the initiative of the Culture of Peace, and the focus on culture. And also we have a peace wheel, which shows all the different sectors of society, and using these different sectors, peace building through, for example, education, peace building through business, etc. And so it's helping people understand that we do have actions and things that we can do, and becoming more mindful of what peace building can look like. So the Culture of Peace Initiative, the focus is it's a local global peace building initiative to help us understand how we can bring peace into our daily lives, because if we're shifting, what we're basically looking at is helping to shift from a culture of violence that we live within today, no question about that, to a culture of peace and well-being. And how do we move in that direction down the line? I mean, this is a big effort that, it's possible, but we have to shift our thinking, our behaviors. So the Culture of Peace Initiative helps people do that.
Yes, and just because we're on air sharing this with people who are probably just familiarizing themselves with this initiative, what are some of the ways that one can just initiate being an advocate of peace?
Well, I think that the reality is that peace begins with each one of us. And our own state of being aware of what's going on within us.
Right.
Are we agitated? Are we, always upset? Are we really struggling with family and work and so on? And what are the things that we can help bring greater, more peace within ourselves? And there are many ways to do that. And then looking at with our own families and with our communities. Family, upset and violence is tremendous. So what can we, this is where it begins. And how can we be more conscious in our relationships to create greater well-being in our own homes? Then you can move to the community and community activities that help, there's so many needs within communities now. How can we work with our neighbors and work with each other to create greater well-being within that level? Then move to the national or international level, where, for example, now that we're very involved with the Commission on the Status of Women, which is taking place right now, March 4th through the 15th, and also the International Day of Women. International Women's Day, which is today. And so you move on that level. So, people are very engaged with raising awareness about projects, programs, policy that can make a difference. For example, in the equity, the equality and advancement of women. That's absolutely essential in our world. So you can move at that level too.
Right. No, it's lovely what this all represents, and the fact that you're actually part of the the UN's Commission on the Status of Women, as well as the health initiative that's going on Monday. Can you just share with us why there's that partnership of just making sure that these actual events are approached with this Culture of Peace initiative?
Well, again, if you go back to the peace wheel, and I don't know if you have it in your system there, the image, but it, looking at all aspects of our lives and culture. So it's really, this is bringing one element of our communities together. So on Monday, which is absolutely wonderful, this is a parallel event for the Commission on Status of Women, and which has been put together by Dr. Sarosh Roshan. Iris Spelling from the Global Movement for Culture of Peace will be there, as well as Ambassador Chaudhry. Ambassador Chaudhry has been a tireless advocate of the culture of peace within the United Nations, and in so many ways, and working with women's the evolution of women's rights and equality. But this IHAN is the blanking right now. It's the International Health Association Network, and Dr. Roshan, she's a gynecologist and has been working internationally for the well-being and rights of women. So we're having this great event on Monday. The 11th. It's going to be at the Boss Room at the Church Center at the United Nations Plaza. And the title is "For Violence to Stop, for Culture of Peace to Spread, Give Women Equality." And it's absolutely essential. So we have the delight and fabulous connection with BronxNet, and you're going to be covering it. It's going to be a live stream on Monday. So I'm working with Michael Canabi and Marcello Menendez, and to put this on. So collaborations and cooperation is wonderful to help get the message out. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us today, Mr. Wick, and thank you for actually contributing to our equality. As a male figure, that's such a beautiful thing, and of course coming from a place of peace. Thank you. Well, thank you. A delight to be with you, and it's absolutely essential. If we don't have equality in the evolution and development of women to full capacity and rights, we're not going to make it. So it's got to happen. Thank you. Thank you for saying so. All right. Thank you, David Wick. All right. For more on the Culture of Peace initiative, check out cultureofpeace.org. We'll be right back to hear about ArtStart's upcoming trip to Europe. Don't go anywhere.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
Did you find the flashlight and the batteries?
Yes.
Did you make sure we're not missing anything in the first aid kit?
Yep.
Did you go through the plan with the kids again?
Yes. The more you prepare today, the more you'll be able to reduce the devastating effects of a tornado, an earthquake, a power outage, or any other disaster.
You want a new cable for that one?
Welcome back to Open, celebrating International Women's Day, and of course arts. We are always all about arts, and ArtStart is a program that looks to keep our kids off the streets and creativity in their hands. They're about to embark on a great trip to Europe in July, and we've got the Youth Offender Outreach Program Director, Spirit, along with some of the program's participants on the set with us to share share. That's what we are all about. And welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so first let's start with Spirit, right? Spirit, who is actually the program director.
Yes.
First of all, I gotta say, I love your name.
Thank you.
Where did that name come from?
Oh, it came from my mom.
Of course it came from your mom's, but I wonder where it came from.
Yeah. So for a while I've been doing music, and I went through a few transformations, and my mother decided to help me out with my journey and quest for a new name during this time when I was 13 years old.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. Almost like being reborn.
Yeah,
that's
what
up.
it was.
I like that. I like what you do too.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
just share a little bit about Art Start before
Okay.
we get into everybody else's, contributions and your trip to Europe and all that other good stuff. I'm all excited for you guys.
That's right. Cool. Art Start's been around for about 21 years now. We work in the homeless shelters. We work in alternative to incarceration programs. We partner with them, and we do pretty much hip-hop education, hip-hop pedagogy, anything related to the arts. We work with youth in that matter. So we've been around doing personal development, artistic development. We're not just focusing on what the youth have to bring in regards to their talents, but as far as what they have to bring for their life, life skills. And things
Right,
of that nature.
because art is life, as
Yes,
Mia would say.
art is life, that's right.
Yeah, that's what Mia says.
Yes.
Mia Roman, the artist that was on prior to you guys. I just want to
okay.
shout her out, because I love her. I'm feeling you guys too. So, but the beauty of this program is you have like some serious endorsements too.
Mhm.
I mean, you have some heavy hitters endorse this program, like President Clinton, Oprah, Russell Simmons. I mean, I'm just shouting it out because obviously you guys are actually making a difference as an alternative to basically punishment, right?
Yeah. We're trying to basically, talk about the fact that we need more arts programs in New York City, especially. They're underfunded. So we outreach, we work with youth, and just bring it to them.
Right, and you work with all genres of the arts, right?
Yes.
Because now we got Prince Akeem over here, who's One Mic collective participant. What's that?
One Mic Collective is like we all meet as one collectively, you know what I mean? And we do workshops and everything about music to learn, like build with each other, and we go out, connect with other artists, and that's awesome.
So how long have you been in the program?
Actually, I've recently officially signed up in January, but I've been around for a year now.
Okay.
In the studio, I love the work they do, so I had to
That's awesome.
sign up.
Well,
It's cool.
congratulations for making the commitment.
Thank you.
Because that's what it's all about. You all you did was make a commitment. You were like dancing around for a little while, then you said, "Okay, I'm going to do it."
Yeah.
That's hot. So you found your path, right?
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right. So then we have Mickey, right? Mickey. Let me get it right. Who you are actually an Art Start alumni and a volunteer. So share a little bit about your journey and then why you came back to actually volunteer.
Well, I've been in the program for like 3.5 years. It started off because one of my friends got locked up, incarcerated, and I was in the same predicament. So he got introduced to the program from another program, so he introduced me to that Art Start. And I mean, I was quiet at first because I didn't really know anybody at that time. So I was just into music and like producing and trying to understand what music really is and what it amounts to people and just the way they think. So a couple of years, probably like second year, I started learning even more and more, and everybody in there was really a good vibration, just really like connecting physically and spiritually. And I was like, oh, okay, this is great, because it opened my mind up into different things that I never would have thought of before. And it's a good program. And then just as soon as I finished that, I came back because I didn't really have no other opportunities for music but this program. So it was really wonderful to experience this.
I can only imagine. What a great way to spend your time. Better than be out there in the street, right?
Yeah, so, that's...
I'm saying, you creating, you contributing. That's what's up. I'm loving this. You can tell I'm loving this, right? So tell me, I wish I was going to Europe with you guys. So tell me about that. Who wants to tell me about Europe real quick before we go?
Like right now we're just working on a compilation album with people from different countries, especially from Europe or Germany, and just connecting with different languages. Like last year it was we did a song it's called International, and we just mix in with English, German, and Spanish. I kind of mix it with both because I'm like both.
That's hot. So you're learning other languages too.
Yeah,
That is so what's up.
yeah, so hopefully we get these opportunities to expand more with minds and just peace and freedom with other people around the world.
Oh, this is so lovely. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming
Great
on set to share this with us.
Great
And so before we go, Spirit, if anybody's listening and they need an outlet and they're looking to participate and be a part of something bigger than just chilling and doing nothing, can you just share the
Definitely.
information?
You could log on to www.art-start.org. And just one more thing, we're more than music. We're going to the rally this Saturday at Washington Square Park to stop violence against women everywhere.
Yes.
So we try to contribute and do things in many different formats and nature. So please support us.
Thank you so much for
Sure.
being here, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Supporting women.
Yes,
oh my
yes.
goodness, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about today's show. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. All right, once again, absolutely. I'm glad you feel that way. And once again, for more on Art Start, check out their website by going to artstart.org. All right, don't go anywhere. Bobby C is up next.
This is so cool, Dad. Awesome. This is so cool, Dad.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
How are you? Hey, Mom.
You know, girls, I used to cheer back in my day. Ready? Okay! Go team!
That was amazing. Mom, that was amazing.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just...
I remember how much you said you liked mine.
Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Be free. Nice, Dad. Nice, Dad. Nice.
Charles!
Nice, Dad. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are.
Our top Bronx story takes us out to the big ballpark in the Bronx, where the New York Yankees and their fans are a little over 3 weeks away from baseball utopia. Opening day is marching towards day one on the baseball schedule, and when the Yanks return from their spring hibernation down at Tampa Bay, the organization and the fans will begin what appears to be one final victory lap, a long season of standing O's for arguably the greatest closer of all time. Mariano Rivera, now 43, is expected to announce his retirement on Saturday, according to ESPN. The Yanks have a presser scheduled. Rivera changed his mind about retiring after knee surgery, ended his 2012 campaign prematurely. Rivera is entering his 19th season in the Bronx, and his 608 career saves are the most ever. You knew the announcement was coming. At least we have one more time. Well, if David Robertson is auditioning for Mo's job, he's off to a poor start. The elite setup man is sidelined by shoulder stiffness, the result of sleeping on his arm the wrong way. Yep, he slept on his arm funny and had to have his Tuesday night appearance canceled. Don't you just hate when that happens? Robertson will be okay, and although we have called him the next in line last year in our outstanding pinstripe feature, we may have jumped the gun a bit and put too much pressure on David. But there's still a strong belief that he'll have a good shot at the gig in 2014. And instead of Mo's signature Enter Sandman, D-Rob should make sure he's doing everything but sleeping. That's a real nightmare for David Robertson. Here's an eye-opener, Knick fans. Hit the panic button. All-star Carmelo Anthony has some fluid on his knee and was a game-time decision in both cases the last two games for the Knickerbockers, including last night's matchup at Madison Square Garden with Western Power, Oklahoma City, and earlier in the week when the Knicks navigated around some up-and-down play in a 10-point win over the Pistons on Wednesday. The injury to Melo opened the door for some more play for forwards Kurt Thomas and James White. But while the Knicks were able to overpower Detroit at the Palace at Auburn Hills, the Thunder and superstar Kevin Durant were a different story altogether last night at the Garden, especially minus Melo. You have to give the Knicks some credit pushing OKC to the brink and having a shot at the win in the final seconds before J.R. Smith's last jumper missed the mark on a night when Smith was nearly the savior in Melo's absence. 36 points for JR wasn't enough in the 95-94 loss. KD's 34 helped the Thunder outlast the Knicks. The Knicks will now turn their attention to Utah on Saturday at home. Time for some quick hitters. On the baseball diamond, former Mets manager and current Washington Nationals skipper Davey Johnson is mulling batting phenom Bryce Harper in the three-hole. Although star Ryan Zimmerman has been the Nats' primary three-hitter for several years, Johnson thinks Harper is a tough out. The 20-year-old Harper could make some history. In all of baseball history, only one other 20-year-old hitter has started more than 100 games batting third, and that's Al Kaline for Detroit in 1955. That season he hit .340 and finished runner-up to Yankees great Yogi Berra, the American League Most Valuable Player. From Bronx Bombers camp, a bright note, Captain Derek Jeter, once a young phenom himself, was given his final clearance on Thursday afternoon in North Carolina from the doctor that performed his ankle surgery in late October. Jeets is now free to perform all baseball-related activities and can begin playing in Grapefruit League games without any restrictions. Welcome back, El Capitan. Jeter is back. Mark Teixeira is out. More bad news for the Pinstripers. Tex hurt himself in batting practice as a member of Team USA in the World Baseball Classic and will now be sidelined for 8 to 10 weeks. At first, it seemed that the slugging first baseman's strained wrist might only keep him out for a week, but Tex is hoping to avoid surgery and will now nurse that wrist and not rush back. He told reporters at spring training that he needs to resist the urge to come back sooner. The offense took a substantial blow this past 2 weeks. Tex and Curtis Granderson will miss all of April, and the Yanks are now looking into options for first base. Management seemed to indicate that Kevin Youkilis will man third base and that the Bombers could search elsewhere for a replacement or move Uke to first and play either Jason Nix or Eduardo Nunez at third. Free agents Carlos Lee or Aubrey Huff are on the market and could be targets for GM Brian Cashman. Speaking of Cash, he's been busy this week, and I'm under the impression that he wants to be closer to the injury-riddled team. The GM broke his ankle Monday while skydiving for a charity event. He joins Tex, Grandy, and A-Rod on the DL. On a more serious note, Cash said he's not worried about his team and he expects playoffs. If not, he's going to jump from a plane without a parachute. Just kidding. Maybe Yankee fans will, though. You never know. It may just be spring training, but the Bombers have lost 3 straight, including a 7-6 final Thursday to St. Louis. Early returns have center fielder Brett Gardner as the Yanks' leading hitter. He's batting .500 on the spring. Hopefully he can summon his inner Mickey Mantle. The Bombers are going to need it. The Yanks will face Miami today, the Braves Saturday, and the Blue Jays on Sunday. Meanwhile, the Amazons will have the Tigers, Astros, and Cardinals this weekend. The Mets won 4-1 Thursday. Some rumors this week that the club could be considering bringing back Francisco Rodriguez. Former closer is a free agent, and he's looked pretty good in the WBC with Team Venezuela, who the Mets lost to, by the way, on Wednesday. On the NFL gridiron, Giants head coach Tom Coughlin came out this week and said he wants dynamic playmaking wide receiver Victor Cruz to be a Giant forever. Negotiations are still ongoing with Cruz. Big Blue has likely seen the last of wideouts Ramses Barden, who said he's ready for something new, and perhaps tight end Martellus Bennett, who said he's not feeling the love from the Giants, who have cleared some cap room for players like Cruz. On a side note for the G-Men, no franchise tags for them, and according to reports, the Giants did not meet with Notre Dame linebacker and controversial figure Manti Te'o. The Giants have not drafted a linebacker in the first round since 1984. The Jets will have plenty of changes on their roster as well. Bart Scott is gone, and others like safety LaRon Landry and running back Sean Green could be following shortly. Gang Green has also expressed little interest in bringing back Dustin Keller. Landry was a Pro Bowler in what may end wind up being his only season as a Jet. Meanwhile, Darrelle Revis said he would have interest in San Francisco this week. He likes the idea of winning a Super Bowl. However, the Niners keep saying there's very little to almost no interest on their part, especially if they have to part with a handful of top picks. We shift gears to the NHL ice, where the Rangers and Islanders renewed their rivalry at Nassau Coliseum Thursday night. Instant classic on the island. Marian Gaborik scored a power play goal 42 seconds into overtime as the Blue Shirts rallied for a 2-1 win over the Isles on their home ice. Gaborik took a feed in the high slot from Rick Nash, who got the Rangers even at 1 with 5:23 left in regulation. The Rangers added a defenseman this week, inking veteran Roman Hamrlik. The new addition will help the Rangers with Mark Stahl, who was struck by a puck in the eye Tuesday night, sidelined indefinitely. In the NBA, the Knicks have signed Kenyon Martin to a second 10-day contract, while across town, the Brooklyn Nets have decided on keeping Chris Humphries outside of the rotation. I think Kanye West might be penning a song about this. The Nets 2-2 over their last 4 will host Washington tonight and travel to Atlanta on Saturday. March is for basketball, college basketball. The Big East tournament will be the central focus next week on the hardwood at MSG. Our BronxNet cameras will be in the building. As always, this is the final Big East tourney at MSG. In other Big East news, the America 12 Conference is the favorite to become the new name of the current Big East Conference's football schools. That name has not been approved, but it is at the top of the list according to reports. Some other local notes: Fordham football held its pro day on Wednesday. Go to FordhamSports.com for more. Plus, you'll want to keep tabs with the Rams with the A-10 tournament on tap. The women's basketball team at Fordham has been the story of late. Fordham has called on its fans to come on out to Philadelphia this weekend. You'll also want to tune in to ESPN3 Saturday as Manhattan men's basketball will face Loyola. In the MAC quarters, the Jaspers won 2 straight in the ESPN Ramada bracket buster, but fell short to Loyola on Sunday in Baltimore, losing 63-61 in a close one. Hopefully the Jaspers can rebound this weekend in Springfield, Massachusetts. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for the freeze frame of the week. I always take a moment week to week to comment on something from the world of sports. The beauty of this space is the freedom to exercise whatever I wish. Here at BronxNet, we truly believe in the power of the pen and the freedom of expression. And with that said, instead of negative comments about the Yankees' injuries or the Knicks falling short, that's the true fan inside of me poking out, I've decided to reiterate a mantra that I have delivered many times before, but one that I could express far more easily this week thanks to one young man from nearby New Rochelle. By now, I'm sure you have probably seen this one, but it's worth a good 1,000 more looks. Here's New Rochelle's Khalil Edney.
Edney tosses it. It's knocked around, and Mount Vernon's going to hold on and win. Well, hold on 1 second. Oh, goodness! Are they going to count that? No, it doesn't count. They're wiping it off.
On Sunday, the 17-year-old QB who moonlights with the Hoops team in Neuro sunk arguably the most amazing high school bucket ever, sealing a finish to never forget. Edney ranked second in scoring as a reserve, but he was injured coming into that game. Nonetheless, the bum ankle did nothing to slow the young fellow. Edney, whose mother died from cervical cancer in 2006, has become an overnight sensation as New Rochelle keeps moving on. His father said of the shot, "I thought his mother took it out of his hands and scored." If you can't understand that magic, then sports are not for you. For all others, the young Mr. Edney has put a picture to my magical words about sport. The faces of those teenagers are worth 1 trillion novels. There is nothing like the euphoria that comes with the culmination of a winning season, and there is really nothing like sports. It is the ultimate expression. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. Enjoy the wintry weekend. We'll see you next time. Take a quick break. We'll have more after this.
Do you have muscle weakness, double vision, trouble chewing or swallowing? You could have myasthenia gravis, a disease which causes severe weakness in the muscles of the body. You can get MG at any age. It can affect your ability to see, speak, walk, smile, or even breathe. Although not curable, with proper treatment, you can lead a productive life.
Along with weight loss, it's one of the many ways to fight osteoarthritis pain. For more information on managing pain, go to fightarthritispain.org.
How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Thanks.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
Hello, welcome back to Open. And earlier in the show, we actually put out an open call for someone to win the Straight Shootin' Mamas photograph by Elena Mamarazzi Marrero. And we actually got a few phone calls in. And unfortunately, we have to go with the first person that called. So to announce the winner, we congratulate Jaime de Maestro for winning the Straight Shootin' Mamas photograph today. And we're actually going to be focusing now on some fantastic festival that's happening at Pregones this month. It's actually March is Music, and with us we have the Associate Artistic Director, Alvan Gaspier. Hello, Alvan.
Good morning.
Good
and hello.
morning.
And congratulations. This is a very special day, March 8th, International Women's Day.
Thank you for saying
Yes.
so. Oh my goodness, you just warmed my heart, Alvan. You know, I took that to heart, right?
Gracias.
On behalf of all us women, though, you know, just because there's a man acknowledging, you know,
course.
another man. It's been a full day of women acknowledgement today. So thank you for that. And March is also music for Pregones. So
Yes.
let's talk about that.
Yes, March's Music is a series that we started 7 years ago, and we run it, of course, during the month of March. And we present a wide variety of musical genres because we want to expose our audiences to the most varied participation in musical experiences. So we present contemporary, experimental music, traditional music, jazz, classical music, and this year we started off last
March
Wednesday.
6th, yes.
Last Wednesday we started out with a contemporary percussion group called So Percussion, and it was like heavenly. I mean, it was really,
anything
really
with
good.
percussion is heavenly.
Yes.
At least in my book.
Yes, that was really, really good,
All right.
and we did that in association with Carnegie Hall. We kick off the March's Music series every year
Beautiful.
in association with Carnegie Hall.
Nice.
This Saturday, we have a great treat, and it's Bodoma Culture Band from the Garifunas, and I think we're going to have
a taste of them.
sample
Woo,
of that
yes,
today.
yes.
And next Saturday, we have Quinteto Latino from the West Coast. This is a woodwind quintet who will be performing the New York premiere of a recently commissioned piece called Voices from the Desert. And this is a very exciting multimedia performance tracing some of the experiences and obstacles that migrants face crossing the desert. Then, following week, we have another premiere, world premiere, by composer, musician Desmar Guevara, and it's called Ineffable Degrees. And we are closing off on the Saturday, March 30th with the concert version of the Harlem Hellfighters on a Latin beat with a special guest appearance of Danny Rivera. So that, in a nutshell, is what March's Music is about. But if you don't mind, if we get a call at Pregones Theater, we will offer 10 discount tickets to Bodoma on Saturday. So if you can call 718-585-1202. Again, 718-585-1202. And the first 10 callers will get 50% discount tickets.
Yeah, but you got to make sure you mention Open.
Right, and Bodoma.
And Bodoma, right. You have to say Open and Bodoma. So remember that. Thank you so much, Alvan, for being here with us.
Thank you.
And, you know, we're actually, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll actually hear some of the lively cultural sounds of Bodoma. So don't go anywhere. And welcome back to Open. The lights are shining. That means it's time for our Open Artist Spotlight.
The Open Artist Spotlight is made possible in part with public funds from the Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
We just heard from the artistic director or the associate artistic director of Marches Musical Pregones, and now, well, here on stage, on our open stage, we have the band hailing from Honduras, and it's time to be dazzled by the sounds of Garifuna, traditional culture music. Let's give it up for Bodoma!
Ye gigira bana nungu churo heremo anamu kama fama dile Hai dagda bana nungu churo heremo anamu kama fama dila malu bau e murugali no fama mama he de abril de 1797, arribaron como prisioneros de guerra a Porro y a Robazán los Garifuna, y después de negociaciones con los españoles de Trujillo, se esparcieron por toda la costa del Atlántico, formando en Honduras 36 grandes comunidades, 12 en Nicaragua, 1 en Guatemala y 10 en Belice. Berganya ganya ibaga nungu boku kuginye aragaririre aragaririre